O's fans, look at me. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I mean, it's spring training. It's going to be baseball here soon. And I got to tell you folks, honestly, not a big football fan, but I just cannot wait for baseball. I can't wait till we're live, till you're calling in and again telling Michael how wrong he is and how amazing I am. I'm really looking forward to that. And by golly, I am just in such a good mood. And Joe Rosano's Orioles report with the brilliant Michael Sullivan is next. Welcome to Joe Rosano's Orioles report with the brilliant Michael Sullivan and our friend Matt Faulkner. Will be joining us next week. Spring training. I'm just so happy. Look, I got to calm myself down here. So in order to do that, how about I ask you, Michael Sullivan, spring training, what are you excited about? What say you? Because I'm elated here, sir. Go.
Yeah, Joe, I'm super pumped. Pitchers and catchers report this week. Practices start this week. And so that's just fantastic. To anybody who follows the Orioles or, reads about them in any major media, they opened a $21 million training facility this week at their Sarasota spring home. It's easy for people to just dismiss that, to just say, yeah, sure. But it's a $21 million facility that allows them to practice basically inside under any circumstances in Florida. And it's just another one of those things that, along with their Dominican Baseball Academy and the investment in international scouting, that while we want to, beat Mike Elias up for not signing a free agent or not doing this, it's clear that he and ownership are investing in the stuff that is important to create a sustainable, successful organization. So anywhere, whatever people think, that stuff is important. And so I was glad to see it. But heading into spring training this week, it's like, well, what am I excited about? I mean, I'm excited to see whether some of the guys who struggled last year at the major league level will look like they've put it back together, right? Like Adley, Tyler. Like I'd like to see a little bit of power from Gunnar, a little bit of average from Cowser. But at the same time, I also know that whatever we see in spring training from those guys doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot. So, I mean, that's something. So I guess most importantly, I'm interested in seeing what the pitchers who are among the Orioles' top prospects, how are they going to look in spring training? And we talked about their top prospects a couple weeks ago, Joe, and I revisited those lists today. And depending on who you look at, half of their top 30 or top 20 prospects are pitchers. And we haven't been able to say that for quite some time. So who does that include? That includes Trey Gibson, Luis De Leon, Nectar German, and those guys are all going to be in camp. So I'm kind of curious to see how they do.
As am I. And again, Michael, I'm just so excited. I'm a baseball guy. That's it. I mean, I don't know about you. Respectfully, I don't follow the Ravens as closely as the Orioles. I'm one of those. I mean, and let me explain what I mean by that. If I got 200 friends, 2 are Orioles fans, the other 198 are Ravens fans.
Yeah, I get you.
And they like the Orioles when they're in the playoffs, otherwise, or the opening day, otherwise, whatever. Now you took some of my stuff here, so I'm going to have to.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to have to repeat. Okay, Gunnar Henderson started in the All-Star game, and Bobby Witt Jr. was the backup. They make arguments now that Bobby Witt Jr. is better than Gunnar Henderson now, substantially. I would love, that's one of the things I'm going to love. I would love to see Gunnar get back to being Gunnar. And I'm talking 302 hitter, 135 home runs, 130
Yeah.
driven in, like some kind of crazy season out of that fella
Yeah.
to answer his last season's struggles, naysayers. 2 words, Adley Rutschman. He's a number 1 pick overall. Matter of fact, let's get back to Bobby Witt Jr. He was the second pick. They took Adley first. Golden Spikes winner, was considered 2023, 2024, early in 2024, best catcher in baseball. That's what they said. He was a switch hitter in the home run derby at the All-Star game. I would really like to see Adley do better. Really, really. It's not for the, as an Oriole fan, just as a human being. I would like to see Adley Rutschman get back to being Adley Rutschman because we talk about Pete Alonso. Gunnar is always on that list. Taylor Ward now, etc. And, when we talk about lineups, Adley is like 7th. Adley Rutschman at this point in his career should be hitting 3rd.
He
Switch
should.
hitter.
He
He
should. I mean,
should be.
I agree with
I
you.
hope so.
I agree with you about, wanting to see Gunnar Henderson get to where he was in 2024. It's kind of, I don't know what other word to use except to say it's kind of annoying to see in the World Baseball Classic that Bobby Witt's going to be playing shortstop. And I think Gunnar's going to be playing second because they want his bat in the lineup. But, a couple years ago, we were thought, absolutely, that's Gunnar's position. So, yes, among the things that I want to see is I want to see Gunnar return to who he is. And most importantly, I think God, man, I know it's spring training, but I want to see some power from Gunnar. Last year, if I'm not mistaken, 3 guys tied for the lead in home runs for the Orioles. And they were Gunnar Henderson, Jordan Westburg, and Jackson Holiday with 17.
17.
And now Jackson Holiday was 17. That's pretty good. But,
Yeah.
Gunnar and Jordan, no. So
Well,
I'd like
Gunnar
to see,
especially. I mean, Gunnar Henderson is supposed to be top 5 players in all of baseball.
he's a 30 home run guy. He did it the year
MVP
before.
candidate every year. That's what he's supposed to be.
He did, he had 30 home runs the year before.
36, right? Could be wrong,
like
right?
that. But I'd like to see power from Gunnar. Most everybody else, I don't think most of the Orioles' everyday lineup is going to be judged by what they do in spring training. I just don't think.
No, they never are.
And we could say, I'm sure you would say, why don't they keep Jeremiah Jackson and not Blaze? But look, that is done. Blaze has no options. Jeremiah Jackson's getting sent down. Blaze is going to be their utility guy because he can play second base, short, third base, and outfield. So that's just done unless he gets hurt.
Yep.
So we'll see about that. And so on the position side, there's not a lot of drama. I hear people say, oh, well, they might keep Rutschman and Basayo and Maverick Handley. They're not keeping 3 catchers. They don't have enough positional flexibility to do that. So, I guess, as I said, the things that I'm most excited to see, are there any pitchers who had already pushed their way to AAA who could break with this team in a relief role? And that would include guys like Trey Gibson, Nestor German, Luis De Leon. They may not have been in AAA. They could have been AA, AAA guys. I'm kind of interested to
point well taken.
See whether any of those guys might push their way onto the roster.
We'll see. Now, Trey Gibson, okay, now, you brought him up, so here we go. AA and single A, he was lights out. He got to AAA and did not pitch well. He didn't.
He also didn't pitch much.
Again, well, but at the end of the day, now when he comes up to the big leagues, okay, and if he pitches well, I'm going to come to you and say, hey, man, remember the minors? No, I'm just joking. I am just joking. But, yeah, I want to see what Trevor Rogers does after 1.61 ERA. I want to see what Kyle Bradish. Let me tell you what I saw when Kyle Bradish came back from Tommy John surgery that I hadn't seen since Corbin Burns. That, Michael and O's fans, is what a front of the rotation guy looks like. I got into a big argument with somebody on social media over that. It's like, Bradish not that good, etc. He's been hurt. 44 starts. It's a season, and I don't know, maybe into May. 44
Season and a
starts.
half, yeah.
Okay, season and a half. ERA under 3 runs a game. That's consistency right there. That
He's
is a
great.
front of the rotation guy. I'm
Bradish
dying to
is great.
see how he does. I'm
Bradish
dying to see how
is
he does.
Great. In everything that he has shown us in the major leagues, Kyle Bradish is a number one. I mean, you'd have to stretch it to say he's a number 2. In everything he's done in the major leagues, he finished 4th in the Cy Young voting 2 years ago. The guy is a number 1 starter if he's healthy. And I know
He's
I
a
hear
front
so
of the
many people.
rotation monster.
Correct. And I hear so many people say, well, if he's healthy, he's always hurt. It takes me
Not always hurt.
every bit of my control, Joe, to not raise a middle finger up into the screen. I'm not going to do it. But, okay, he had Tommy John surgery a year and a half ago, right?
Don't get me
he should be
started there.
healthy. And
yeah, he is. At least he should be. He touched a nerve, Michael. I did Joe Rosano's Orioles reports on Facebook for a few years. Here we go. I really wished I could play this. Okay, here we go. It's February now. February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2023. February 14th, 2023. I went on and said, shut Kyle Bradish down right this second. Don't let him throw another pitch. Give him Tommy John surgery right now. And in last season, okay, in April, last season, he's the opening day starter. They gave him a throwing program and platelets and all this other stuff before they shut him down, right? I just wanted to remind those fans who watched me that I did tell them to shut Kyle Bradish down.
Well, you're not exactly right. You're not exactly right because Eflin was the opening day starter last year.
No, I said that Bradish would have been the opening day starter last year if they would have given him Tommy John surgery in 2023, February 2023, like I said to do.
Or
February 2024, like I told him to.
So this is the thing.
All. I just remember that, and it made me mad.
Yeah, but last year I will say, because this is similar to what the situation is with free agent pitchers. Last year, at the beginning of the year, Bradish was injured, and he saw doctors, and in the end, Bradish gets to make the decision about whether he wants surgery or platelet-rich injection therapy or whatever the hell he wants. So I guess the year before. That was the year before, so 24.
Yeah.
And he had to make
February
that
2024.
Yeah, 2024. And he had to make that. In the end, he gets to make that call, and he decided, I'm going to do the platelet-rich injection, and I'm going to see whether I can pitch. Now, did the Orioles push him to do that? There's no way for us to know that, Joe. There's no way.
Yeah.
But in any case, he got the injection.
I'm sorry. I just remember when I screamed to do it, and they didn't, and then they ended up doing it in May.
And he pitched great.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden,
I
need Tommy John surgery. So
he always has. Always has.
It's a different, but that's the thing. That's the thing that I say about this Orioles rotation, because so many people somebody could get hurt. Blah, 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 blah. Go crawl back into your pessimistic hole.
People's gums are bleeding from last season. Michael, I mean, my goodness gracious, every time you turn around, somebody was hurt.
I know.
And it was Kowser and Westberg. And I mean, the guys you want to see.
I get it.
Gunnar
But on the
Henderson opened
pitching
the
staff,
season on the injured list.
on the pitching staff, Bradish has already had Tommy John surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Rogers never has.
Mm-hmm.
Boz never has, which I'm not saying that's great. It just mean that it could mean that they're just due, right? Kramer never has, and Eflin has some injuries which, you know, he got surgery for. So, like, I'd rather have a bunch of guys who have had surgery and are recovering and have recovered almost than guys who've never had Tommy John, because chances are, as a major league pitcher, you're going to end up having it. Anyway, I'm excited.
I just wanted to look that up because that I thought, and you know, I'm always wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Love it. That's amazing. Well, at the end of the day, I just got to say, I'm telling you, I was wondering what I was in a good mood for because I never am, and it's baseball. The
Yeah.
Orioles and Major League Baseball are coming back, and there's going to be like MLB network highlights, etc. Now, there's something I want to do, Michael. May I have the floor for about 22 seconds? It's important.
Okay, I'm putting on my
Somebody told me.
stopwatch.
No, but somebody told me, Michael, and this is a good source. I just can't mention them. That a few of the Orioles have seen our show. Okay. And I'm sure they have. And the reason I say that is, you know, the Orioles probably go on YouTube and look around, and we're on there. And I wanted to say this. Any of the Orioles who watch or have seen the show, can you come on, Gunnar? Pete Alonso, Westy, one of you, you know, we would love to have you on the show. And the fans, the folks have been on social media saying, can you get a player on your show? If you're watching, guys, please let us know at joe@joerosano.com.
Joe,
It's joe@joerosano.com. Come on the
Joe,
show.
I
Go
know
ahead, Michael.
we're up against it, but
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I posted something on Facebook about a radio broadcaster in this town who a lot of people don't like, and he purports to know a lot about absolutely everything. And I posted something about it, and you know who liked it?
Who?
Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah. Yeah. See? That's it. Now, if you talk to Gunnar, tell him give us a call.
Well, I
I
will
don't know if
I'll reach out
do
to
we
him.
need their agents for that? I mean, we got to
That's as
ask their
close.
agent
No,
if they can.
I'll reach out to him. That's as close to a connection as I can get, because he's going to say,
All
this
right.
dude hates this guy as much as I hate this guy. So maybe it would be okay to
Okay.
talk to him.
All right. All
All right.
right. Well, we're that's hey, O's fans, do us a favor out there on YouTube, etc. Yeah, hashtag go on Joe Rosano's Orioles report with Michael Sullivan. You know, get you know the Orioles love the fans, and I'm a big one, as are you, Michael. So yeah, guys, if you're watching, come on the show. And speaking of the show, March 26th, Michael. I can't stop talking about it. We're going to be doing live shows, pregame and postgame. You can call in, talk all things Orioles, tell us how you really feel about us. And that's March 26th, starting at 2 p.m. Orioles versus the Minnesota Twins. As always, I say God bless you. Please don't forget to adopt a pet. For the brilliant Michael Sullivan and Matt Faulkner, I am Joe Rosano. We will see you next time.